Hey everyone, welcome back to Movie Thoughts. Today we're diving into episode 2 of the mini-series Childhood's End. This show originally came out in 2015, but I only just got around to watching it. And wow, it's got me hooked. There's so much to unpack in this episode, so let's break it all down. The world is thriving, renewable energy, peace, and no more disease. Sounds like paradise, right? But not everyone's convinced. Milo is worried about humanity's future. Scientific curiosity is dying, and when the overlords shut down all space programs, Milo loses his job. He ends up working at a research facility in Africa, where he meets Rachel, someone he quickly bonds with. Meanwhile, Ricky wakes up in the middle of the night to see a strange light outside his house again. Following it to the tool shed, he's shocked to find Karellen waiting there. Karellen apologizes before dropping some huge news. Ellie sees the drone flying away but doesn't realize Ricky had a private meeting. Ricky lies, saying Karellen was just checking in. But the truth is much bigger. Karellen has hinted that Earth is on the verge of a new destiny. Tension builds as strange events start happening everywhere. At Milo's research lab, the animals begin panicking, and a mysterious glowing device appears out of nowhere. Meanwhile, in the suburbs, young Tommy is having nightmares about apocalyptic visions and starts acting off. His behavior unnerves his parents, Amy and Jake, and a family counselor, Peretta, who's already struggling with her faith in this new world. Things take a dark turn when an invisible force nearly strangles Peretta during a session with Tommy. Back at the farm, Ricky is dealing with his own problems as people begin gathering outside, believing Karellen's visit is a sign. Soon, Ricky suffers a stroke and learns from doctors that an encounter with Karellen poisoned him, leaving him with little time to live. Ellie, devastated by this revelation, confronts Karellen herself but gets no response. Things escalate when Amy discovers she's pregnant, and strange lights and symbols connected to Karellen's people start appearing in the sky. At the research facility, Milo uncovers a clue about Karellen's home planet, and tensions between faith, science, and survival come to a head. 4 months after Amy learns that she's pregnant, she starts to think of names, and when she finally decides on Jennifer, Tommy says the name aloud before she can. In the evening, Peretta shows up outside Tommy's house to pray for them, and the alien drone appears above her with a light beam. When Peretta raises her crucifix, the drone goes away, and she rushes to the door to check on the family. She tries to warn them about upcoming evil, but they tell her they're fine and to go away. The next day, Peretta worries more when the news show that Karellen is leaving his prophet Ricky to suffer in the hospital. She decides to travel to the farm and show her support to the people camping outside the farm, also getting to befriend Ellie. In the meantime, Boyce prepares a special party event and sends an employee to invite Jake and his family with the excuse of a job interview. Boyce plays nice with everyone, but also offers to show Amy around the place alone. Ricky ends up talking to Milo, who explains Boyce is actually shutting the facility down, so there can't be any interviews. At that moment, Boyce announces a big surprise. Karellen has come to the party too. They explain that they've been shipping animals to Karellen's home planet to be installed in a zoo there. Milo asks Karellen why he killed scientific curiosity, and Karellen tells him that obsessing over science made humans too close to powers they can't control. Afterward, Boyce and Karellen take Amy to the chamber with an Ouija board, making her place her hand on it. This enables Karellen to communicate with the entity growing inside her and use it to blast a message to the skies in the form of a light beam with a symbol in it. Jake goes looking for Tommy, but the boy doesn't want to leave. In the chamber, Boyce's nose starts to bleed, and Karellen talks to the creature inside Amy, saying it can't be a child or save anyone. Boyce worries about Amy because she looks in pain and reaches for her at the same time Jake reaches for his son. Amy and Tommy both say, "Don't touch us," and push the men away. Then Amy enters a trance and begins using the board to guide the light, while Tommy runs to the announcing that Jennifer is awake before falling. Karellen says Amy's job is done and that others will follow while Jake rushes to his son, only to find him hovering above the ground. He brings him into his arms and Tommy reveals to be afraid of Jennifer because she's too strong. Amy rushes to reunite with her family and together they leave the party, not wanting to answer Boyce's questions. On the trip back, Amy suffers from unbearable pain in her stomach. Meanwhile, Milo realizes the light beams Corellin uses are his people's alphabet, so he draws the symbol on a napkin and leaves the party to research it. Rachel follows him and finds him drawing the symbol on a star chart, revealing that it represents the constellation of the Carina system, the Overlord's homeworld. The excitement causes them to kiss. The next day, Corellin visits Ricky and Ellie again. He hands Ricky a vial of medicine to heal him, which is very rare and hard to make. But at that moment, Pareto bursts in, accusing Corellin of being a liar. This makes Corellin confess that the illness didn't sterilize Ricky, Corellin did. He did this out of kindness because the Earth's days are numbered and it's always harder for people with children. While Ellie yells at him, Pareto grabs a shotgun and shoots Corellin, who falls to the floor in pain, as he tells Ricky he only wanted to protect him from the pain. Feeling guilty, Ricky injects Corellin with the medicine, instantly curing him. Then Corellin tells a crying Pareto that her faith is poetry but still useless because nobody can stop what's coming. Later at home, Pareto sees the ghost of her mother and follows it until she unfortunately falls off the balcony. Meanwhile, Boyce realizes that Corellin had asked him for animals because he's making a new ark. At the local hospital, Amy gives birth to Jennifer, whose eyes glow in bright green. If you enjoy our videos, please make sure like, subscribe, and push that bell button to keep up with the new upcoming breakdowns and movie reviews. Thanks for watching. See you next time.